Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome back to Flipper Flicks. And if you like unoriginal content on original streaming services, we got a hoot for you today. So,
Shots fired already.
I know. I'm Adam, and Tim's over here just like, first thing he does is be like, I'm Tim. I just want everybody to know. We're like 12 seconds into giraffes, and it's like, my name is Tim.
yeah, absolutely.
Gotta tell them who you are. Like, I'm Sam.
There you go.
There it is.
Team
Somebody
singer
forgot.
names.
I forgot.
I already said mine.
He didn't say his name.
I'll show you the
say your name?
recording. I did.
I don't think he did. I think he's just going to splice it in from somewhere else.
Nope.
Yeah, all those clips he saved.
Yeah, he just have to. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm
Uh,
Sam.
You already said your name. I'm Tim. Oh God, here we go. All right, I'm gonna move on.
call.
Yeah, I was a little harsh, but it's the only thing I could come up with because quite literally the storyline has been done over and over again, like many other things. Anyway, the movie You Were Never Really Here, not there, here.
And no one
Yeah.
knows I'm here is also a
It would
different
drive
movie.
me. Nuts.
Oh,
Yes,
man.
exactly. Yeah, good luck.
Finding me because I was never here.
Oh God, no, we're gonna go down that line. So this movie is from 2018. I originally thought it was like 2022, or sooner, later. Yep. And
Later,
it's an
night or
hour and a
day.
half long. Yes. But the synopsis is a traumatized veteran, unafraid of violence, tracks down missing girls for a living. When a job spins out of control, Joe's nightmares overtake him as a conspiracy is uncovered, leading to what may be his death trip or his awakening. I don't like that part where it's like his death trip
Awakening.
or his awakening. It's
Yeah,
like,
'cause that-
well, you just kind of ruined the ending.
Yeah.
But
Also, they don't like you don't really know he's a freaking vet until halfway through the movie. It felt like
yeah, well,
like they just
no,
kept
I
showing
got
like
that.
a
I
dead
got that
body.
vibe. I get that vibe earlier on, or maybe I don't remember if I read this or not. Yeah, you're right because his like PTSD and his like
Mhm.
stuff that's going on in his head doesn't really show up. They show his like parents, like his situation as
Yeah.
a kid, like first thing.
Yeah.
And with the whole weird opening scene
Smothering.
essentially. But yeah, so I agree. Yeah, it took him a minute to show that he was a veteran.
Yeah, and that well, I would have known that if I read the synopsis.
Exactly.
True. Right. Yeah.
But this
I
movie,
think I did read it.
the title of this movie confused me.
Okay.
I didn't think it made sense for a title.
Well, maybe because he captures Nina and rescues her. It's like she was never really there.
Tim?
No, it confused me. I definitely see your way of looking at it, Sam, because I kind of had that same feeling. Was it something to do with like one of the scenes in the movie where she wasn't there, but then she basically had saved herself?
Yeah.
But no, I was confused by the title, and then it almost seemed like they just forced it in because he was in the cab and singing the song.
You ready? I know the reason.
Oh, enlighten us.
It's a book.
They couldn't find.
Wait.
That doesn't really help.
It's a book where he's an ex-FBI, like military
Okay.
guy, and his whole thing they go like really in depth on this about how he leaves no traces.
Oh, they did not.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
I
That's not
mean,
in the movie.
it kind of. So it's not, but it is. It's way too subtle in the movie. If that's the
At
entire
the very
meaning behind
beginning.
yeah, like I mean, not just the very beginning, but the fact that. So yeah, he ditches the phone or whatever, or not phone, but he doesn't contact, and he
Yeah.
has a contact, and then his boss is like, "Oh, you need a phone number," but then it goes and shows that his paranoia with that was perfectly right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh
then,
yeah.
but I had a counter to it, and
What-
I already forgot.
Was it when he goes to first rescue Nina and he's in all of the
Oh.
cameras?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had an issue with that too.
In the book, he
Like-
wears a hat, he wears a face
Right,
mask,
yeah,
he wears glasses. Like he is covered head to toe, so you can't tell who the fuck he is.
Okay, see,
Yeah.
that would be better in that, like, not leaving a trace. Because, like, you can
Yeah.
straight up see his face in that. But I will say, like, I enjoyed that was the way the movie took it. Like, I liked that we were watching it through the security cameras. Like, yes, it
Yeah.
bothered me because you're like, he's gonna get caught. But I thought that, like, I don't feel like we do that a lot. Or I guess if we do watch people through security cams, I don't pay attention to it.
In last week's episode of Eagle Eye, you do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See, so there you go. I guess we do it all the time.
At least every 10 years.
I still liked it. Whatever.
I enjoyed it, but I thought it was only there for the aspect of our viewing,
Yeah.
like to make the shots cooler. They did a lot of that kind of stuff in the movie. Just made things seem more like there was a reason behind everything he was doing, or something like crunching the jelly bean. They would zoom in on like stuff like that, and then you would just be like, okay, whatever. But I thought it was a weird way to do it, even though I liked it, because he didn't get caught. Nobody was watching the cameras.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the good of the cameras? Like, your dudes are dead,
Yeah.
and this guy's gone. Like, what?
Yeah. And also, I just want to say, like, he knocks out that kid that's like, who does errands,
Mhm.
puts him in the back of his car in like 4 seconds flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't take that long. I mean, that's pretty accurate.
He would be a much better head of security than Mac.
Then, yeah, whoever's in there.
Then Mac, yeah.
It threw me off. Like, they're in the Caribe Royale hotel room at one point. And
Yeah.
it threw me off when the cops come and shoot the dude in the head. And I'm like, first off, I was like, crooked cops or people in disguise? And I was
Big
like,
cops.
at first, I was like, disguise. Like, cops wouldn't do that, right? And then later on, you're like, oh shit, this is like senators and
Yeah,
governors.
it's all very corrupt and interconnected. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
they were just corrupt cops.
Yeah, I eventually went back to that, but the first sighting of them, I
right.
was like, oh,
I had a similar thought. I was like,
Yeah.
they could be fake. I was like, nah, they're not. The fake part is that they have suppressors, but
oh
Mhm.
yeah,
that would have to be probably a personal gun, not a.
not
Department, I don't know.
given by the department gun
Yeah, I don't know any department that
would do
would
that.
supply that for on duty, even though it'd be better for everyone around. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Can we just talk about Cincinnati? Let's talk about Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Let's do it.
I've never seen a taxi in Cincinnati.
You haven't?
I don't think so.
I can't think of one.
Really?
Maybe
I've
at
seen
like
a
the
ton.
airport. Really?
Tons. Yeah.
Okay, so there's more downtown. Is that what you're?
But probably also it might be part of it because of the casino. But
Mm,
the casino happened later in life, so I don't know if you guys
Exactly.
had already moved away by the time the casino was built.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
and we were using Uber and Lyft, so we never had to call
Yeah.
a taxi.
Yeah, there's definitely tons of taxis down there, but I don't remember if it was before or after.
Mhm.
Okay, I can believe it. I can
So
believe it.
Cincinnati is a taxi city because we were like, I don't believe this.
Dude, I thought this whole movie was going to take place in Cincy, and like they started showing like a train, and I'm like, that whole thing got scrapped. There's
Yeah.
there's no train system, no public transportation like that in Cincy. Oh, he's not there anymore.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
We had to learn that one the hard way.
I kind of figured when he showed the Cincinnati sign, and he was leaving the area that he was leaving Cincinnati.
It's
But
like that doesn't look like CVG.
yeah,
No,
We were
man.
getting real judgmental on Cincy pics.
We were.
And
That's
at
true.
first
As
I thought
if we would even know. We haven't lived there in so
Right.
long.
it's only been 7 years.
Really?
Oh man, it feels longer. Yeah.
It feels like it's been longer than
Well,
that.
it'll be 8 years here in May.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Slightly longer, yeah.
Dude, what do you think of the mumbling? That was killing me. I needed to
Really?
we ended up turning on like closed captions.
Yeah. Had to do it.
Oh, I had them on too. Yeah, when they just in the very beginning when they started counting, I was like, "What?" So yeah, I turned it on.
Well, and I think this is another one of those movies where like the levels are off, right? So like the music is like so loud
Yeah.
and jarring, and they do that on purpose, and then he's like mumbling. Like if it was one or the other, you'd be like, all right, but mumbling plus the big boom booms is like real hard to
Mhm.
deal with.
The boom booms.
Right.
The boom booms.
I feel like I'm constantly struggling with my sound system to get movies to sound
Right?
like I can hear them. Like
Yeah.
I swear, it's like all the SFX is just cranked up, and the dialogue is just super low. I don't know. but and then they kind of like change or vary on movie to movie, and I'm like
Yeah.
struggling with my fucking thing to get it to sound right.
Well, and they
Yeah.
also do it via like by platform. Like I forget which platform it
Mhm.
is. I think it's Hulu that screams at you because of the commercials. And then you'll turn
Yeah.
on Netflix and like blow yourself off the couch. And you're like, oops. Like
Yeah,
It's
Netflix
terrible.
Netflix has that like intro sound when you first get to it.
yeah.
And you're like,
yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, I didn't know we were watching Sunny that loud.
Yeah, Sunny's cranked up though.
Yeah.
So is fucking
You gotta hear
The
you
Office.
gotta hear them jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What was the there was an old DVD like sound company. Like there was a company on DVDs or something.
Yeah.
DBX or something, and it was like it would
Yeah.
always come up boom.
That's THX.
There you go.
THX. Was
Yeah.
so close. I had the X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting there.
But we didn't say this was on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Or Tim did, but I'm gonna reemphasize.
Maybe.
I think we did.
I
We
didn't
talked
say
about
it. I didn't say it.
It was
definitely-
implied.
It was
Yeah.
implied that we had never seen it. But
Assume.
Tim, had you heard of
Yeah, I
this
said
one?
unoriginal streaming. So it's yeah. Had I heard of it? No.
Okay.
Okay.
Had you heard of
Because I probably would have watched it around if I knew about it. I probably and it was straight to Amazon. I most likely would have seen it by now.
now? Have you heard of No One Notes I'm Here?
I have seen that floating around, but I don't know what it is.
It is okay. There's a bigger guy in Lost. He's Hispanic, curly
Okay,
hair.
that guy, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
So
I actually, now that you say that, I'm starting to picture. yeah.
we've not watched it. It's been on our list. It's on Netflix. Who's also a Netflix original to make things more confusing.
Great.
But he's like a phenomenal singer as a child singer, but he didn't want to be on stage, so they had like a guy lip syncing in front of him.
Interesting.
And then like he got older and quit, and now nobody knows he's here. Something I don't. That's like the trailer. That's what I got from it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's a different
Kind
one.
of like the idea of it. Yeah.
It's a completely different vibe, than
I'm
saving
sure.
children.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, aside from, I didn't realize like he did that all the time. I thought he
Yeah.
was just doing that as like a different type of job. I figured he was just an assassin of some kind.
That's what I
That's
thought.
what that's what
Yeah.
Adam said.
Yeah, and then he was like saving this kid, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah, I
he's
figured
really
it was just
brutal.
like a different job. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
not. He's okay when it comes to brutality. He just. I mean, a hammer is the best weapon, but there are more ways to be brutal than
Oh yeah,
just straight.
Tim's just going down.
Like crushing jelly
Yeah.
beans.
yeah, like crushing
Yeah.
people's head like a jelly bean.
Crash, crash.
This movie has a very different ending from the book.
Oh, do tell what the book was supposed to be like.
He die.
Yeah, did he die?
No, he lives. He lives. He lives.
Oh.
Oh.
In the book, so book spoilers. So Votto, not Joey Votto, but Senator Votto.
I know, I thought that was
Mhm.
funny too, because we were in Cincinnati and I'm
Yeah.
like, great.
But
Anyway.
this guy isn't the same. Like he was in.
Not. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so he actually sold Nina to the
Mhm.
sex slaves.
Okay.
That's probably what happened in this one, but
Yeah. Well, it seems. Yeah, they all trade them. Creepy as shit. Anyways, and then the wife who committed suicide was killed because she found out about it. No,
Yeah.
he sold her. Sorry, he sold Nina to a mob boss who sold her into slavery to get more political affliction. Like he
Yeah.
was trying to get more boost his
Affiliations.
affiliations. Thank
Not
you.
afflictions.
Yeah, affliction was
Yeah.
the wrong. I just kept going with it.
I know.
Yeah, so he sold her because of the mob, and then the wife was unhappy, so they killed her.
Oh.
And then Joe finds out and murders Votto. And then at the end of the book, Nina's in Philadelphia, and Joe is on his way to go save her.
Oh, so we never
She's
actually.
not saved.
Oh. That would drive me up a wall if I was reading this book. I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me?
I was gonna say, is that intended for a sequel?
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
That never happened?
Which ending do you prefer, like this one, or the movie, or the book?
I just want an ending. Like, I
Interesting.
wouldn't like the book ending leaving me like a cliffhanger. I would
Yeah.
want her to either not get saved or get saved, but I want like a resolution
Yeah.
to it.
Like we had in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say I didn't expect them. Like, okay, they were talking about an underage sex thing. For some weird reason, my brain was like, okay, they're going to be teenage. Like we're talking. I'm thinking like 16. No.
I think that is because Taken, they are a little bit older.
Yeah, and this felt very
Bro.
Taken like.
This film is very a lot of movies like.
Yeah, exactly. The one thing that was kind of like, I guess, like weird in a good way about this film is I feel like they did it more art housey. Like the music is very
Yes.
jarring at certain points to like signal the PTSD. The cinematography in the lake was like really good. So
Yeah.
I did like that, but I don't know. I still kind of struggled with like the way it ended up together. Like I kind of felt like most of it was a fever dream, and then he saved her, and then he saved her again. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like weird.
Right.
Oh yeah, this movie
Yeah.
feels like a fever dream. Ask me in 2 years, I will be like, I vaguely remember that movie.
Did I watch
I
that movie?
probably won't. Yeah, and I don't mean that like I won't remember it because it's not good. I won't remember it because I won't remember it.
Yeah.
It just feels like a
But
weird
yeah,
movie.
it just kind of like it almost makes it choppy at times.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my thought too. This is like almost trying to be indie, but not, artsy and like not. And it's because it would switch back and forth from like the violent aspects and then be
Yeah.
like artsy at the same time. And you're like,
What's happening?
I
There
know
were
the
some like
music.
scenes that were just really pretty.
Yeah, I almost feel like the music, and this is just a thought I had, because I didn't like the music in this as much, like really at all. I don't think it fit very well. But it made me think of like Joker, and like they were trying to get like when he would have the slow motion scenes, he'd be doing stuff. They were trying to be like with his PTSD,
Yeah.
the same because the music gets real loud and he has like his theme,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't like it was nothing like that.
Yeah, like it didn't come together the way you wanted it to. Like I see
Right,
what you're
yeah.
going for, but it's
Yeah.
like not there.
Right.
Wasn't Joker released after this?
I have no idea.
That's why I'm saying it just reminds me of that, not
Oh,
necessarily
okay,
that they
okay,
took
okay.
it from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
will
makes more sense.
Like,
Yeah.
I guess I did like the ending score though, and I don't know if they used it anywhere else, but like basically when they're like, "Oh yeah, it's a beautiful day," and then like the score out to the credits, I was like, "Oh wow, that's actually
That
really,
would, yeah.
it's really good.
yeah.
It's really pretty. It fit the scene," and I was like, "Nice," especially considering all the like crazy music leading up to it. I thought that was a good pick.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I thought that, yeah. I also liked how it just like was staring at the bench the whole time.
I know.
What'd you think of the scene where he like commits suicide in his head?
Which one?
Yeah, there
Well,
were a
like
lot
the
of
last
those.
one, the last one.
Okay.
Like when
Yeah,
he's sitting
I
at
was
the
like,
diner.
I actually thought he did it. for
I
a
did
second.
too. Yeah.
Until the camera looked around and nobody was reacting. I was like,
Exactly.
So I went to
Like-
blow my nose during that, so I missed the actual action, and I just hear Sam audibly gasp.
yeah.
Yeah. It was
I gave like a chuckle. I was like, I was
Oh
like,
shit!
I was like, really?
it was like really hard to watch. I was like, "Oh my god."
It was pretty brutal. I mean, it was
Yeah.
pretty.
Oh yeah, like the waitress had like blood all over her, like the side of her face, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
Like the thick pool. Like,
Yeah.
ah! Ooh,
Yeah.
God. Ain't no jelly donut.
No, it
Mm-mm.
is not. And then he was okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't suffocate yourself, by the way. That
Yeah.
just doesn't look fun.
Some people are into it, I guess.
But okay, so Joaquin's character Joe. Joe had. I'm just gonna let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna kink shame people, sex positive and whatnot.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Some people are into it.
So the director, Lynn Ramsey, she, like, I guess her and Joaquin were talking about the character of Joe, and the way she she tried to get him into, like, the PTSD form, what like idea of like how it would be, is she
Mhm.
sent him an audio clip, like an MP3 file of just a mix of fireworks and gunfire. So like, cause like back to back,
Right.
like not necessarily gunfire, fireworks, like just
Yeah.
so. Because like folks with PTSD can't like get triggered from the fireworks.
Right. Yeah, it's a thing. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's actually kind of an interesting thing, and it's not shocking Joaquin would do something like that.
Yeah. He's kind of method in ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, at one point he's on the train and it's like rattling, and I thought that would trigger it, but then
Yeah.
it doesn't end up doing that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I had a big issue with this movie, and now it makes me a little more irritated about it because this whole thing was saving young girls and stuff, not just being like a hitman or something. I was like, so he doesn't have like extra clothes for her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like half the he like rescues her twice
Yeah.
and
You would
doesn't
think,
have extra clothes for her. Like the second one makes a little more sense. He just like went like, and the first one he played it out. It's like, okay, so now you're at a hotel. You just carried her in through the rain. You're lucky the guy didn't see you, because otherwise it looks weird.
Weird as
fuck.
shit.
yeah.
Like, why does she not? You clearly had time for her to have a little bit of privacy.
Yeah.
Why is she not in regular clothes or something more comfortable? Like this.
Well,
Yeah.
and he thought through the details on the first rescue because he had like soda and all that other stuff.
Yeah, he
for
got
her.
her food and shit.
I gotta
yeah.
get some grape soda now, man. I want some grape soda. He had some in the car. I was like, man, I want some of that.
He had grape. He had Fanta.
Mhm.
What was the orange one? Orange. I don't know.
Fanta
Yeah.
Orange Fanta.
and Welch's grape.
Well, it's just
Gotta love that shit.
Yeah. I feel like he had more than the soda. I can't remember everything he put in the glove box.
He
But
had-
I
he
feel
had a
like he
couple
had a
snacks.
decent amount of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a couple. It was like a bag of stuff, and then it looked like a little bit of candy, maybe, but
Yeah.
which kind of adds to like a weirdest factor of not
Oh,
getting
yeah.
your clothes.
Yeah. What the hell, man?
Here's some candy. Like,
Come on in my car. I got some candy.
Oh my god.
I will say that he probably should have put his shirt back on at the end. Like when he was rescuing her.
Yeah.
I just thought it was super weird looking that he's just walking around like this place
yeah,
shirtless.
but you gotta understand he's not like
mentally there.
he just had like a mental break there.
No, I know. It was
like,
just funny. Like
Yeah.
if somebody were to come.
right? It's like, yeah, exactly same thing. It's like, why is your shirt off?
Yeah.
Why is she...
All right, so this movie won 23 awards and was nominated
Damn.
for 76 others. It premiered at Cannes Film Festival with a 7-minute standing ovation.
Wow.
And they said that this movie was unfinished when they showed it. They sent it an unfinished product and then showed an unfinished one. They're like, yeah, we still have a couple more tweaks.
Damn.
Yeah, it was interesting. Why did I say credits? Anyways,
I don't know.
critics gave it an 89%, audience a 64%, IMDb with a 6.7 out of 10, and Googly Ooglies with a 73.
Wow.
Jimothy.
Yeah, I mean, I like the movie. I like weird movies. Even though I didn't find the plot very
Enticing.
stimulating or whatever. It's just kind of like, okay. But I think they did a good job because he gets caught, and then I'm like, dad's dead. Okay, this just got a little better for me. Like at first I was like, this is pretty generic, and it's halfway over, and she's already rescued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going to happen next? I was like, they can go a couple different ways, and they went a way that I'm happy with, because all of a sudden he sits up, dad's dead, and he's like, boo, and then he goes through his paces of, and then that's really when you see like a bit of more of who he is and everything. His
Yeah.
character develops very rapidly there. So I like that a lot about the film. Hated the music. Music, I don't know. It was weird at times. I feel like they could have done better job with the music. But otherwise, dialogue, plot, and pacing, I gave is all right. Acting vibe, is 4. Then cinematography, I really enjoyed, even though it was kind of goofy. Some of it's whatever. I said I'd stop if I saw it in a hotel. But my algorithm says, "Oop, look at the time." So it's saying no.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say, if you don't like weird movies, I'm going to go ahead and flip this one off, because I think it is a strange movie, and I don't think most people would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. As for me, I have like the acting and the pacing at a 4, plot and vibe at a 3. I don't know. The movie had a weird vibe, but I think that's kind of the content of it.
Exactly.
Right.
So not my cup of tea typically. I actually skipped dialogue because you can say that there was a lack there of dialogue.
Yes.
Right.
So I skipped it because I was like, eh.
But
Like,
that
what-
makes it good dialogue.
I know it makes it good if the dialogue is good.
Depending.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just skipped it. I just didn't care for this one. Cinematography I did like. Music, I skipped that too, because I thought they were intentional, just like the dialogue.
Mm.
So I didn't feel like grading that. I said hotel. I'd flip it. Like I'd go. I'd stop. Probably not for most of it, but
Yeah.
for some of it, I would. So yeah, I have a flip on, but I know it's on the edge for me.
Nice. Well. Mine is polarizing, just like Tim's, but I think in the opposite way. So I personally would not flip it on. It's a little bit too heavy for me, a little bit too weird. But the way that I scored it, my algorithm said that I would flip it on. So let's see, what did I have here? I think I was
Weird.
pretty. I think I was actually the opposite of you guys. Like I put plot, cinematography, vibe, music all high, and I put acting and pacing as like trash because I was bored and I hated that he was mumbling. Even though I like Joaquin, I was like, come on, bro. And then the dialogue, I think, was the only one that I was like, I don't know. And I said I wouldn't stop. And my algorithm's like, you'll still flip it on. And I'm like, no, I won't.
Yeah.
So this one's all over the map.
I had
Okay.
another comment there. Yeah, so we both flipped it off, but I feel like I flipped it off against what the algorithm told me to flip it off for.
Yeah, it was
I
backwards.
did different, but Sam's algorithm said flip it on, but she flipped it off.
Yeah.
Wait, so Tim, are you flipping it on or are you flipping it off?
No, I'm flipping it off.
Okay. So you're set off.
Oh, I thought his said on off. Okay,
The-
never mind
the-
then.
It was close, I think, on the thing. Like I literally could change the pacing and it would tell me to flip it on.
Gotcha.
But that, in my opinion, is wrong for me, but it's correct for most people, and I think that's
Yeah.
kind of how I did the, So,
Makes sense.
Yeah. Next week though.
nuh-uh.
I was wrong. I was guessing
Oh.
I'd get recommendations, but I got wordplay.
Nice.
So
Oh,
so what other words you
there.
guys want to pick? Is it
Fried
two-
rice.
Fried rice for you. We're gonna say that's hyphenated.
Yeah.
Tim? He's looking around his room, seeing what he can see with his eyes.
Phone.
Phone and fried rice.
This should be an easy one for you.
Yeah.
Any movie with a phone and rice. Okay, done.
Yeah.
All right, let me just pick any movie in Asia that is set in modern day time.
There you go.
If you like this episode, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at FlipperFlix. I guess we don't have to say it anymore, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm old. Follow along, see what we're doing. Interact if you'd like to.
Yeah, hit us up there. I don't know. You can also give us recommendations on other of those sites, or you can go to our website at www.flipperflix.com. Yeah, we do a couple recommendations each season, so we just love we're trying to pander right now. We're trying to get you to come to our website, give us some clicks, and recommend us a movie because, we're going to have to pick those eventually, and more the merrier, right?
Yeah.
You can also, speaking of pandering, you can also rate and review us on Apple, Spotify now. Oh, we also do polls there occasionally. So that's always fun.
Answer Adam's questions.
Answer all of my questions, God damn it.
And if you're wondering, when can I catch these fools? You can catch us at 1 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. We're on Spotify, as Adam mentions, where he does his polls. We're on Apple, Google, Amazon. I believe you can subscribe on the various platforms, and that way you'll get like a push notification or it'll come right into your queue. So that way you don't ever have to look at the clock on Thursday. It'll just be there for you. Kitty!
Can you later? Bye later.